Yes. Good afternoon, everybody. We have discussed in my previous class. The lesson is Christianity and Islam. In this lesson, we have discussed the founder of Christianity and continued part of spread of Christianity. Now we shall discuss about the spread of Christianity. Jesus Christ appointed or nominated 12 his disciples to lead some responsibilities, that means to spread of Christianity. Among them, one of the responsible person, he was Saint Peter. Saint Peter has taken responsibility to spread the Christianity. So, the beginning of the stage, the Christianity spread all over the world very easy. The Roman emperors also did not disturb the promotion of Christianity. Very easy to spread all over the world through the Christian missionaries. No restrictions. But this spread of Christianity spread all over the world very fast. Whenever the Roman Empire, they knew that the first century of Roman emperors started persecuting the missionaries. So Roman Empire start the hurdles to stop the spread of Christianity all over the world. So that hindrance to spread of Christianity start here. So this is the spreading of Christianity through the Christian missionaries, but hurdles by the Roman Emperor. In 4th century, Constantine accepted Christianity as the national religion in CE 330. So, the Roman Emperor Constantine, he was accepted the Christianity as his national religion during 313 Common Era. Since then, it got the support of the state and spread into Rome, Greece, Estonia and Asia Minor. See, the spread of Christianity spread all over the world after the Constantine accepted the national religion of Christianity and got the support of the all state and spread it into Greece, Macedonia and Rome, Macedonia, Greece and Asia Minor. So in this place, this is spreading during the Constantine period in 313 CE. Conversion carried out by the Roman Church and missionaries are responsible for the expansion of the Christianity. Then onwards, the Christian missionaries sent by the Roman Emperor also, along with Saint Peter also, throughout the world, converted some other religion people to the Christianity. So this is the expansion of Christianity way. So they introduced the Holy Book also during their period, that is the Bible. See, the book of Christian religion, Holy Book, that is Bible. What are the contribution of Christianity? So this is also very important subject matter to discuss here. What are the contribution given by the Christianity? The first one contribution, Christianity has taught the noble principles. So, forever principles as given by Christianity, one thing. What are the noble principles? See, the peace and brotherhood. Peace and brotherhood, noble principles to the world given by Christianity. That is the great contribution given by the Christianity, first one. Second one, the educational centers established by churches. Before that, there is no proper and convenient educational center established. After the Christianity came into existence, they have established some educational centers by responsibility of churches, and missionaries have played a vital or significant role in the growth of education. Nowadays, we have seen some churches, they are doing some work to improve the education, facilities and healthcare facilities also, isn't it? So, the churches established or Christianity established so many educational center. Through this educational center, Christian missionaries educate the people and the growth of education. Okay, second point over. Then third point, the great contribution. Christianity has introduced the Gothic style in architecture. That is the written formation. It is the another one style of written formation. So, it is adopted Gothic style in the Christian architecture. So, that is the contribution. Next one, missionaries have extended health services all over the world. Nowadays also, they are doing their health facilities, health services work in some churches also, isn't it? So, from the beginning, this is also happened nowadays. Also, they extended the health services all over the world. That is a great contribution. In some epidemics, cholera, flu, whatever happened in ancient time, their role is very important. So, for fifth one, women and weaker sections. They have not got good status during the ancient periods. Okay, so in here the Christianity has given women and weaker section have been largely benefited by the churches and by the education. This has brought qualitative changes in the society, which is known as empowerment. So here the Christianity, it brings the qualitative changes through the education and make the women and weaker section become empowerment. Empowerment means make them encourage to women or weaker section than men or other rich people. Okay, so that is called empowerment. Make them strengthened by the rich people or the men people. Okay, make them weaker section and women encouraged to develop. That is called empowerment. So it is known as empowerment. So women and weaker section got the empowerment through the proper education and given by the churches, qualitative changes in the society. What are the great contribution given by Christianity over? But now we shall know that sects in Christianity. Sects means types. What are the types? What are the race? What are the different classes, categories are formed in the Christianity? That is called sects in Christianity. See, Christianity which was in the control of Roman Catholics. The beginning of the state, it was controlled by Roman Catholics. Now also, till 16th century, fully branched off into various sects. So, in that time also divided various sects, but Christianity slowly went beyond the reach of common people. When it became successful and reached to common people also, that Christianity and principles of Jesus Christ taught, everything also reached to the common people. Churches were dominated by creeds and dogmas. During that time, the churches were dominated by priests and landlords. So churches are very hygienic, dominated by priests and landlords during that time. See, the churches and landlords, by them, churches were become dominated at that time. So this is very bad for the people. That's why the people start opposing such religious practices. Such religious practices opposed by some people. In such a situation, Martin Luther King started Reformation movement in Germany. During that time, Martin Luther King starting the new Reformation movement in Germany. So a new sect called Protestant started. So those who are followers of the Christianity, they were Catholics. Those who are against the follower of the Christianity, that is known as Protestant. So the Martin Luther started the Reformation movement in Germany. So that sect is called the Protestant. That means there are two sects formed by the Christianity. Which are those? The sects in Christianity. One is Catholics, followers of Christian, and Reformation developed by Germany. In Germany, that is called Protestants. Against the Catholics. Catholics not believers of Protestants. So here Catholics followed the Christian rules and regulation. They against the rules and regulation of Christianity. So two sects are formed on the basis of their principles. Okay. So Catholic sects and Protestant sects. These are two important sects during the Roman Empire. First of all, we have to know, try to understand one question answer. When did Christianity establish as a religion? See, the answer is Christianity was established in the beginning of 1st century CE in Nazareth, provinces of Palestine. Where did it form? Nazareth in Palestine provinces. One question is over. Another one question here. What is that? Which is the holy book of Christianity? Already you know that, and I have shown that is none other than the holy book of Christianity is Bible. Okay. I would like to continue next class in part 2 of the Islam religion. Okay, friends, see the video clipping. Through this video clipping, try to learn about the Christianity and sects, how the Jesus Christ are growing here.
2,000 years ago, in a far-flung province in the Middle East, a man emerged from the desert with a message. One that would radically alter the course of world events and come to define the lives of billions. Christianity is a monotheistic religion that centers on the teachings of Jesus Christ, believed to be the Son of an almighty universal God. It is through faith in Jesus Christ and his teachings that believers have access to God and the afterlife. The Christian religion began about 2,000 years ago in the province of Judea in the Middle East. It was a sect of the overarching religion at the time, Judaism, and originally had very few followers. What's known about Christianity's earliest days in the life of Jesus Christ comes from 4 books called the Gospels. The Gospels hold that Jesus was born in the 1st decade BC in the region of Judea. His father was named Joseph. His mother was named Mary. According to tradition, Jesus was immaculately conceived by God. In some accounts, Jesus had been trained as a carpenter or a builder, but by the age of 30, he took to preaching, saying that forgiveness of past sins was the key to achieving righteousness. However, the Jewish religious leaders and Roman rulers of the region declared Jesus an agitator. They had him arrested and crucified, nailed to a wooden cross and left to die. But the story of Jesus doesn't end with his death. According to the Gospels, the body of Jesus was resurrected by God, his Father. If Jesus had built the foundations of the Christian faith, it was a Greek-speaking Jew named Paul who made it a religion. According to Paul, God revealed Jesus Christ to him in a vision. Paul then converted to Christianity and made it his mission to see Christ's teachings as an institution by establishing churches across the Roman Empire. Paul's actions catapulted Christians from an esoteric Jewish sect to a society of worshipers with reach across the known world. Over the next 2 millennia, Christianity would go through an unprecedented journey. Scriptures, such as the Gospels, would be gathered and translated to form Christianity's sacred text, the Bible. The Christian faith would branch into many denominations and be practiced by followers on all 7 continents. And the number of Jesus Christ's followers would grow to 2 billion, making Christianity the world's largest religion. While religious practice, ritual, and tradition have changed according to the spiritual needs and desires of its billions of adherents worldwide, a man from Judea's simple message of peace,